Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update because, well, the Stia region released and there's a ton of things to talk about. But before we jump into the video, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the very first thing I want to talk about is today's keyword. The keyword is lava_hot_springs_please. Alright, so once you do that, you're going to press enter. You can type it in all chat, whatever. I'm just typing it in all chat so everyone else can also get the keyword. Then you're going to go to systems, get campaign items, go to received item account, and David plays NGS. As usual, we're going to get 7 rad gold memories as well as 50 star gems, so make sure to pick that up. Alright, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about are frequently asked questions. I'm going to answer a bunch of questions really quickly, rapid fire style. So the first thing is, yes, there are 3 cocoons and 1 tower. Cocoon 1 is over here called the quarterstaff, Cocoon 2 is helical line, and Cocoon 3 is face the darkness. Now once you're done with all of that, there is also a tower called the broken world. So just make sure that you do all 3 cocoons as well as the tower to get a bunch of skill points. Each cocoon over here will give you 1 skill point, so a total of 3. And then when you complete the tower over here, this will give you another 4. So you can earn a total of 7 additional skill points, which you can use at the class counter over here. You simply talk to them, you go learn class skills, and boom, now you have 7 additional points which you can allocate to whatever skills you want. The next frequently asked question that I get is, where do I find more Hexakite? Hexakite has 2 main locations. One is up here at Mediola Outer Area 2. So you teleport to this waypoint over here and you work your way up and you will see a bunch of Hexakite right here. Now the second spot is right here at Mediola Outer Area 1, alright? So these are the 2 main areas where you can collect a bunch of Hexakite. I'm sure there's plenty of other areas, but these are the main pockets or the main concentrated areas that I found a ton of Hexakite. Alright, the next frequently asked question is, where do I find all the red box armor? Here's a map with all the locations of the red box armors. So there's a total of 3 red box armors. There's an Arga, Belta, as well as Sheza. So pick them up because they are very powerful. Now they are Ephetus armors, so they're nothing new, but they are fully augmented with Mastery 4, which is really powerful. So you can see over here that I have actually upgraded all of my armors to the Ephetus armor. And the reason for this is because these Ephetus armor Argas fully augmented with Mastery 4 are going for dirt cheap. I don't understand why people are selling them so cheaply. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just letting you guys know that you should understand the value of these armors. They're literally giving you Mastery 4 and Stat 4 in this armor that's already plus 50 fully maxed out. This has a lot of value. You do not need to quick sell these in order to make a quick buck because you want Meseta to buy fashion items or whatever. These are worth a lot more than what these prices are showing right now, okay? So my recommendation is, if you are a budget player or a casual player, that you use the Ephetus armors that they give you from the red boxes. Maybe you sell the other 2 pieces that you don't want. So for example, in my case, I wanted to use the Argas, so I sold my Belta as well as my Sheza because I didn't need them, and I used the money that I made from selling those armors to purchase another 2 copies of these Argas because, well, they're pretty much fully augmented. The only thing you need to add onto these armors is literally just a soul. Just add whatever soul that gives you 3% potency that you're happy with, and boom, you're done. You don't need to touch that armors, you are set, okay? Alright, next up I want to talk about the Primm Libra weapons and where to get them. So you can see over here that I have a Primm Libra katana that's fixed attack 1 as well as all my fancy augments. So where do you actually exchange all your Stia prep tickets in order to get your Primm Libra weapon? Well, the person you're looking for is going to be the item trader. Once you find the item trader, by the way, their symbol is that little recycle symbol. Once you find the item trader, you talk to them, and right here, special expedition exchange, you click on this, and here are all your Primm Libra weapons which you can use. Keep in mind, you can also purchase 100 Hexakite, so this will allow you to get your weapon to potential level 4 immediately without actually going out to the open world and collecting any of the Hexakite, so feel free to buy this if you want to. Now, something I need to remind everyone is when you are purchasing these Primm weapons, you can choose between whether you want a fixa or without a fixa, and the difference is 2 Stia expedition preparation tickets. However, more importantly is the one with the fixa has all these augments, while the one without the fixa does not have the augments. So the only reason you'd buy the ones without augments is only if you are making a multi-weapon. So what I did was I purchased the Primm Libra katana over here with the fixa, so it had all of these augments, and then I bought a Primm Libra wire over here with with no augments over here, so the 3-ticket one, and then I multi-weaponed it together, so you can see right here it is a katana as well as a wide lance. However, it's still fixed attack level 1, and more importantly is it has ice exploit 2. This is very, very, very important. Do not overwrite the ice exploit 2. This is what makes the Primm Libra weapon so good, is because you gain this 4% damage against enemies weak to ice. Now, a lot of people are going to be looking at the damage over here going like, wow, the Primm Libra weapons suck. It's 601 damage versus my Kaiser weapon, which is 671 damage. That's 70 damage more. The thing about the elemental weapons is that it has a hidden damage multiplier, which it doesn't show for whatever reason, but elemental weapons deal 10% more damage to enemies that are not, I repeat, not weak to that element. So let's say that I use my Primm Libra weapon and I'm hitting an enemy that is weak to fire. I will still deal 10% more damage. I don't know why that's the case, but if you hit an enemy that is weak to the element, you gain a 15% damage increase. So because of this, if you are doing any Gigantics hunt, let's say you're doing the Recon Giga hunt, or anything that is weak to ice, you definitely want to use the Primm Libra weapons over your Kaiser or Obsidia or any of those other weapons, simply because it's got those hidden multipliers, which I don't know, God knows why they don't show it, but it is there, so just keep that in mind. However, it doesn't end there. There are a lot more 8-star rarity weapons. As you can see here, there's the Effulgent Katana, so this is the fire-based one. I do recommend farming for one of those weapons. You can obtain that in Dex base over here. This is the only PSE zone, only combat zone in the entire Stia region, so we only have one combat zone here, but that is where you can farm for those weapons. You can also get those weapons to drop in the Dracent plant by fighting veterans as well as those Gigantics. They also drop these Effulgent weapons, and the Effulgent weapons are very useful against urgent quests, because both bosses in the urgent quest are weak to fire, so you gain that 15% damage bonus. However, on top of that, the giraffe urgent quest requires you to have a fire weapon to do specific mechanics. It doesn't actually require you specifically to have a fire weapon, but it does require people in your team to have either fire techs or a fire weapon in order to do the mechanics to make the run a lot smoother. I will be uploading that guide later tonight. Yes, today's going to be a double upload day, so stay tuned for that, because I think a lot of people definitely need to know the mechanics so that your urgent quest runs are going to go a lot more smoother, because right now everyone's just wailing on the boss, not knowing what to do, and well, it takes like 15 minutes to clear the urgent quest if you do that, while if you actually do the mechanics, it's like sub 10 minutes, easy peasy, and you're done. Now, as I was saying earlier about these weapons, I will cover all the other weapons in a future video where I can go in depth about them, where to obtain them, and all of that stuff. Today's video is very simple, just an overview. Now, while we're on the topic of gear, there is new armor. There is the new Gigantics armor. We're just gonna call it the Eclair armor or the Eclair Sue armor. Very nice. But these armors are actually really good, and you may want to consider using them, especially if you are going a glass cannon build and you prefer to go glass cannon, because the negative stats are actually very forgiving this time. It's just minus 5% damage resistance, but there are no elemental weaknesses over here. You don't take any harsh environmental resistance, and you get 4% all potency. The only downside to this armor is you don't have any HP or PP. If we look at the Ephetus armor, just by itself, it gives you 3% potency for 2 different damage types, as well as 30 HP and 4 photon power. So this is pretty nice. You look at the Belta, does the same thing. You look at the Sheza, does the same thing. However, unfortunately for the Eclair armor over here, it doesn't do that. It doesn't give you that extra HP or that extra photon power, but it does give you 1% more damage, which does add up, especially if you are min-maxing. But overall, I think the Stia update is amazing. I'm loving it. There's a lot of stuff that I really like, a lot of system changes, as well as new gameplay loops, which I will be covering in a different video as well. I'm going to be separating a lot of these videos into more shorter bite-sized section, so it's a little bit easier to digest. I didn't want to make like a 40-minute video today just talking about everything, because that's a little bit difficult to digest and to comprehend all of that. That's why I keep saying I'll be covering different content in different videos. But don't worry, there's going to be plenty of content on the channel covering all of the topics that you want to know. If there's anything specific that you want to know, let me know in the comment section below. And if there's a lot of people requesting it, I'll make a video on it. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
Can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the